And they keep pushing people, you know.
The video footage is pretty clear. One wonders, who checks the legality of ICE agents in the United States?
It is America's most divisive law enforcement agency. It operates with billions in black budget funding, deploying surveillance technology that would make intelligence agencies envious. From separating families at the border to conducting raids in sanctuary cities, ICE is the federal government's ultimate weapon in the war on immigration. An agency that has transformed from a post-9/11 security measure into a domestic force that critics call a secret police and supporters hail as the last line of defense. This is the story of how America built an enforcement machine that now detains tens of thousands, deports hundreds of thousands, and divides a nation like no other agency in modern history. The roots of federal immigration control stretch back over a century. In 1876, the Supreme Court case Chai Lung versus Freeman establishes a principle that will echo through generations. The federal government holds the power to control who enters America. The Immigration Act of 1891 creates a Commissioner of Immigration tucked inside the Treasury Department. Immigration moves between bureaucratic homes, first to Commerce and Labor in 1903, then to the Department of Labor after it splits in 1913. By 1933, the Immigration and Naturalization Service takes shape. A sprawling bureaucracy that will define American immigration policy for decades. Then comes 1940. War drums beat across Europe and Asia. National security becomes paramount. Immigration and Naturalization Services shift to the Department of Justice. The message is clear. Immigration is no longer just about economics or demographics. It is about protecting the homeland. For the next 6 decades, the INS operates under Justice Department authority, building the infrastructure that will later transform into something far more powerful. Detention centers, deportation procedures, enforcement protocols. The machinery is being built, piece by piece, waiting for the moment when it will be unleashed at scale. It is the year 2001, September 11th. 2 hijacked planes slammed into the New York City Twin Towers. The Pentagon burns. A 4th jet crashes in Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 dead in hours. America is stunned, grieving, and terrified. The world has changed in a single morning. In the smoking ruins of Ground Zero, a new doctrine takes shape. Never again. Whatever it takes. By any means necessary, the war on terror begins, and with it, a complete reimagining of how America protects its borders and monitors who lives within them. In the corridors of Washington, a massive reorganization begins. The Homeland Security Act of 2002 passes through Congress with overwhelming support. A new department rises from the ashes of September 11th, the Department of Homeland Security. 22 agencies merge into a single massive bureaucracy. The Immigration and Naturalization Service, which had operated for 70 years, is dissolved. The United States Customs Service, with its century of history, vanishes into the new structure. Their functions are carved up and redistributed to 3 new entities. United States Citizenship and Immigration Services handles the paperwork, the green cards, the citizenship applications. United States Customs and Border Protection guards the physical borders. And then there is the 3rd agency, the one that will become the most powerful, the most feared, the most controversial: Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. ICE officially begins operations. The agency inherits the criminal investigative and intelligence resources of U.S. Customs Service. It absorbs the criminal investigative, detention, and deportation machinery of the INS. The Federal Protective Service joins the fold. ICE becomes the largest investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security. Its mission seems straightforward on paper: identify and eliminate border, economic, transportation, and infrastructure security vulnerabilities. But the reality is far more expansive. ICE has 2 main branches: Homeland Security Investigations, which focuses on transnational crime, smuggling, and terrorism, and Enforcement and Removal Operations, the deportation machine that will define the agency's public image. From day one, ERO is different. It has the authority to detain anyone suspected of being in the country illegally. It can hold them indefinitely in detention centers. It can deport them to countries they may have left decades ago. All without criminal charges, without jury trials, through an immigration court system that operates in the shadows of the regular justice system. The agency moves quickly. In February 2005, ICE launches Operation Community Shield. The target is transnational street gangs, MS-13, Barrio 18, international criminal organizations that move drugs, weapons, and people across borders. ICE has a weapon other agencies lack: the power to remove criminal immigrants. Not just undocumented workers, but legal permanent residents with green cards can be stripped of their status and deported for criminal convictions. It is a unique authority, one that ICE will use thousands of times over the coming years. The operation becomes a cornerstone of ICE strategy. Find gang members, arrest them, deport them. The message is simple: America is getting serious about enforcement. Behind the scenes, ICE builds its infrastructure. Detention facilities dot the American landscape. Some are purpose-built immigration centers. Others are county jails with ICE contracts. Private prison companies see opportunity. Billions in government contracts flow to corporations that promise bed space for detainees. The detention system expands silently, year by year, adding capacity for thousands, then tens of thousands. Statistics on individuals held in ICE detention facilities are tracked, compiled, and buried in government reports that few people read. By the late 2000s, ICE detention has become a massive operation. The agency detains over 300,000 people per year. The length of detention varies wildly. Some people spend days. Others spend months, even years, waiting for immigration hearings that determine their fate. Inside these facilities, conditions vary. Some detention centers meet basic standards. Others face allegations of abuse, medical neglect, and constitutional violations. The stories trickle out slowly. A mother separated from her children. A man detained for a decade despite having legal status. American citizens swept up by mistake and held for days, weeks, months before ICE admits its error. It is the year 2009. Barack Obama takes office promising comprehensive immigration reform. But reform never comes. What does come is enforcement. Massive, unprecedented enforcement. Between 2009 and 2016, the Obama administration deports 2.4 million undocumented immigrants. It is a record. More than any previous administration. Critics begin calling Obama the deporter-in-chief. Janet Murguia, president of the National Council of La Raza, uses the phrase publicly. The numbers tell a stark story. According to ICE data, about 40% of those deported in 2015 had no criminal conviction. Among those with convictions, the majority were guilty of minor offenses.